crack culinary team here wants it to be very easy for your eyes to catch all the ingredients I'm going to throw in my meatballs. We've got all these little dishes out here, but honestly at home, I just gather everything, work directly from the containers. What good is a one skillet meal if you have to clean a bunch of little dishes, right? Annoying. So I would have the little bucket of parm and the little bucket of Romano, the big thing of breadcrumbs, and a little piece of pancetta or prosciutto ends. That's the secret ingredient I put into my meatballs. Pretty much all the different meatball recipes that I use a base of ground beef, pork, and veal. We call that meatloaf mix up where I come from. And then my family, we always put a little piece of prosciutto end or a little chunk of pancetta, coarse chop it and grind it up so it mixes through the meat. So you're getting a little bit of that pork fat flavor. And then a little salt and pepper, of course, to the ground meat. A little or a lot of garlic. I love to just grate the garlic right down into the dish. If you do this, it's very convenient. You don't have to chop it. But watch your fingertips. You don't want to be one of the meats in your meatball. A little bit of garlic, and then I make kind of a well in the center, drop in my plain breadcrumb, fat drizzle of good olive oil, both cheeses, sharp, tangy, salty pecorino, buttery, king of all cheeses, parm, and 1 egg. Now for the egg, this is one I always dirty an extra dish. Crack the egg on the counter, of course, not on the bowl, and crack the egg into the dish to make sure you don't have shell in there. Right? It's easier to get out this way. Don't stick your finger in and fish the shell around. Take the big piece of shell. Shell attracts shell like a magnet. Take the big piece of broken shell, put that down in the dish, and the little piece of shell will come back to the bigger piece of shell. Moisten everybody up. A little splash of milk to moisten your breadcrumb. A little flat leaf parsley. That grassy flavor cuts through all of the salt in there. A little sprinkle of minced onion, and a little sprinkle of crushed red pepper flake. And in my family, we always put a little pinch of fennel seed or ground fennel pollen, one or the other. Basically, these taste like a love baby between a sausage and a meatball. A little sprinkle of fennel. Mix this all together, and then to make sure that the balls all come out about the same size, use a large round scoop. Your yield would be about 15 or 16 large meatballs, and we're just serving this straight up with bread right from the skillet, so you want a good 4 large meatballs per adult portion, at least 3 minimum. All right, so I'm gonna get the balls rolled into the sauce, then shove it in that 475 oven for 12 to 15 minutes till the juice runs clear, and you're done. Hey guys, I'm working on some charred bread. Bruschetta, that's really all that refers to, is just charred bread itself, plain naked charred bread. I don't like to serve anything naked. To finish off this easy 1 skillet supper with the roast meatballs and the tomato, basil, and wine sauce, we're going to rub the nooks and crannies of our charred bread with some halved large cloves of garlic, drizzle it with olive oil, good fruity olive oil, and then sprinkle it with flaky sea salt. And that's what I call dessert, people. So, you cut this up or tear it up into chunks. Bring the giant skillet of the oven roast meatballs straight to the table. And my family jams the bread right down into the sauce. And we really do eat this as our dessert. This is our scarpetta. Delicious.